Michelle, greetings. Welcome back to another installment of Speaking Truth to Power. Today we're going to speak the truth to the power of health and well-being, to the powers that be that controls our medications through pharmaceuticals, through drugs, through the medical society. So today is going to be more of an introduction, because when it comes to health and well-being, it is a vast subject. It could take probably 100 videos and I probably still wouldn't explain it all. So there's a lot, but it's really interesting. People nowadays is beginning to get more independent when it comes to their health. They're doing a lot of research on the internet, talking to people that they know. They're not always just relying on their medical doctor or their health practitioner. And it's good that people is becoming empowered to be able to take their health and their well-being into their own hand. And it's so awesome but the problem is this here. It's a lot of stuff out there that's false. And a lot of that stuff is put out there by the powers that be purposely. And even you have people, other doctors or other people who put false information out there to make you think that what you're doing is dangerous, is unhealthy to you. So you have to really take your time, do your research, talk to people that's knowledgeable. Now, health and well-being has been something that I've been interested in ever since I was a kid. And I started this whole trip a long, long time ago. And through trial and error, through learning, through actually putting stuff into practice, it's so much that I was able to learn from health when it comes to helping people with ulcers, with cancers, with liver conditions, with memory loss, things of that nature. And it all has to do with your diet, the foods that you eat. And the thing is, we know that the world is just polluted. The air is polluted, the soil is polluted. There's so much crap that's out there that is almost impossible for anyone not to get affected in some way or another. However, the whole idea is knowing what to do. Now, I didn't go to the university for 8 years to study to be a doctor or to study to be some kind of health nutritionist. My information comes from life. It comes from learning. It comes from by doing. It comes from actual practice, from actually helping people, helping myself, helping my family members, helping my friends. That's how I glean my information. And because a person have a degree or some type of medical certificate, do not make them knowledgeable in areas of health. Maybe they may be knowledgeable to a point in whatever area that they specialize in, but there's so much that the medical industry and the health industry still haven't caught up to yet. Some of the information that I'm talking about that I'll be giving, it could be 5, 10, 15 years ahead of what they haven't even discovered yet. So the whole idea is for you to trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your feelings. And let's take, for instance, I was in a park one day doing my training, and this guy was talking about how he went to a doctor, and the doctor told him that stop eating apples. And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, apples is bad for you. Apples got all this sugar and this, and this, that. That is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot, it's almost like, how can people think they're smarter than nature? How can they think that they're smarter than the Creator who created every single thing that we need for our health and our well-being? Everything that we need is in nature. It's a part of nature. And yet, men begin to think that they're much more smarter than nature, much more smarter than the Creator who put all these things there for us. My mom, who's 95 years old, very healthy, she used to talk about when she was a little girl how she would go out, somebody get sick, they go out into the yard and they just go and pick different stuff out of the yard, out of the wood, come back and her mother would make it up, give it to her, and boom, before you know it, they're up and running again. Everybody's well. Nowadays, you go and pick some stuff, it might kill you because there's so much pollution and so much stuff out there. So natural health is it. See, through my martial artistry training, as a Grand Khan of the martial arts, you see, you have to know how to heal people. You have to know about health and well-being. You got to know about health and wellness. You have to know about certain herbs, spices, and supplements. In order to be able to be that teacher, you also have to be a healer. See, martial arts, and we'll get into that in another subject, but that is how I really got myself deeply into health, because it was part of my learning and my training. So one of the drawbacks to these diets of the day, everybody got these trends, low carb, high carb, everybody want to do all this cardio and all these things that sound nice. But one of the things that a lot of these diets does is they shun fruit. Oh, what a big mistake. Because over the last 10 years or so, certain professionals in the field of medicine have put out information about certain foods that's false and is misleading. And it spreads like poison ivy. It spreads fast. It was a great mistake for them to associate fruit with bad carbs. And they're actually associating fruit with bad carbs. I mean, that's just unimaginable how ignorant these so-called medical professionals are, as well as many of the health and fitness professionals. All they know is that they read something on the internet, or they know what they was taught, but they don't do any research for themselves. They don't do anything by trial and error. They don't try these various things to see if what they're being told is actually true. They just go by, that's what everybody else doing, this is the fad, this is what you do. They just jump on a bandwagon. That's not what we do here at Mushaba Health and Wellness. When we go to work with you with your health condition, we're very, very in-depth and involved, because there's so many elements to why you have this particular condition showing up. And you may have something you call cancer, but what led to that cancer? What other conditions that led to that point to where you got to this condition they call cancer? Cancer is not this big bad, oh my God, the big C. Why is it? Well, first of all, the reason why people think that is because that's what you've been taught. Oh my God, cancer, oh, that's a death sentence. And that's not true at all. I remember a very long time ago when I was young, still young into the health and wellness. However, my mom, she had got diagnosed with cancer. And everybody, she lived a good life, she this and she that. Like, it was just a death sentence. So I went to her and I said, Mom, what you want to do? You want to live or you want to let go? She said, I want to live. I said, okay. And this is what you do. And I put her on a specific diet of what to do. Less than 30 days, no trace that cancer even existed. It didn't go into remission. It wasn't there. It was gone. It's non-existent, as if it never was in her body whatsoever. See, this remission stuff means that it can come back at any given time. No, it's not about remission. It's about completely healing you, getting out of those different elements that create cancer in the first place. There is a combination of things that lead up to this so-called cancer, to diabetes, to Parkinson's disease, to ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. There's so many different things that you can do that can change that can divert that. But always, the most important thing is to do what you need to do now so that you don't have to face these conditions. People say, well, fruit is bad. It's bad because it got sugar in it. They say sugar is sugar. Don't believe that for a minute, because fruit sugar is in a class all by its own. It is a healthy sugar that your body needs to have. It needs that. If you don't have it, you're starving and denying your body. And that's the problem with children nowadays. They don't eat enough fruit. Oh no, fruit bad, too much sugar. It makes you hypochondriac. Such a big lie. You have to really be careful, because there's too many lies out there that's taking people away from the truth. The thing is this here. The doctors get those kickbacks for pushing certain drugs. You go to a doctor, you say, I got this problem. Oh, okay, let me give you a prescription. I got this and that problem, let me give you a prescription. They don't know what the hell are they doing. They don't even really know. A lot of times the medical industry, they'll take something and they'll change the name of it and say this is what it's for. And when it's the same exact medicine that they might have got sued for. And they don't care about being sued, mind you, because if they made billions and billions of dollars off of you, no matter how many deaths it might have caused, and they get hit with $100 million fine, just think about it. Wouldn't you give $100 million every day to get $2 or $3 billion? Absolutely. That's what they do. That's why they don't care. They do not care a thing about your life. It means nothing. There is no money in making people well and making people healthy. And if you look at the side effects of these drugs, it's like, come on. You may have, and also you're dealing with, side effects could be dizziness, death, brain damage, heart problems, kidney problems. Why in the hell would you want, look, just deal with your ulcer. You're better off than having all these various side effects. So you have to really know what you're doing. So when fruit is taken away from the diet, you know what becomes your main source of calories? Fat. Fat becomes your main source of calories. And that can hurt and even kill your liver over time. It will hurt your liver so bad, it's just like you're almost living off of fast food, McDonald's and Burger Kings and Carl's Jr. and all these fast food places that sell these big, fat, juicy, greasy, cheesy, chili burgers and fries and all that stuff that we love to eat that tastes so good. And that's the problem. That's how you get hooked. Everything looks so good and everything tastes so good. And even though you're eating death, you don't care because death tastes good. You don't care about getting sick and getting cancer and getting a liver disease because you know why? Because it tastes so good. And that is the problem. You got to have some discipline. You got to have some strength. You got to have some willpower. And you got to realize that if I want to live a long, healthy, youthful life, I need to make some changes. Old age, they say, well, this just another, everybody get old, everybody die. Yeah, in your world, yeah, it does. But it don't have to be. Actually, your body was never made to die. Your body was not made to get old and decrepit. But it's the foods and the poisons and the toxins and the environment that is killing the cells and destroying the body. But you need to find things that you can do that can counter that. So back to the guy in the park about apples. Let me tell you something. Apples all in themselves is a miracle. It's amazing for digestion. It collect and rid your body of bacteria, parasite, viruses, mold from your entire gut. They create a stable alkaline environment wherever it's needed. They also help heal diverticulitis and reduce inflammation in the stomach and the intestinal tract. Apples are incredibly cleansing and healing for the gallbladder and the liver. Not only do they detoxify, carefully extract the sediments from these organs, they also help to dissolve gallstones. Now, this information that I just mentioned to you come from a book called Medical Medium. And he has a lot of incredible information in there. So I wanted to give credit to where credit is due, because a lot of the things that this guy is saying, we have been teaching for so many years, but it was never popular. We was really strange, weird guys, teaching all this kind of stuff. Now, more and more people is coming out with it. They're putting out books. And I look at this stuff and I say, wow, we've been talking about this for, I don't know how long now. But that's the way it is. So, it's so important that you get yourself together, that you get your health together. Part of that is also mental health, emotional health, physical health, and there's so many elements to that. That's why this health is going to be a major series. But if you want to get yourself started and get a jump start, you really get your life on track, visit our website, www.mushabahealth.org. And you'll see it at the end of this video, the website address. We got cleansing packages that you can choose from. We got videos about various different things up there that is very informative and very enlightening. We also have a form, a client form where you can fill out this form, tell us what your issues are, send the form to us, and then you can get a consultation, and then we can talk to you about your situation. Because a lot of times, you know, besides being something physical, it could be also emotional. It can even be mental and spiritual that can add to your health condition. You also have to think about the body elemental. Who talks about the body elemental? What is the body elemental? That's for another video. But so I want to wind it down now. This is just an introduction, but I want you to realize that you have the power to heal yourself and to put yourself in a place of where you can be healthy and young and youthful as long as you live. Thank you so much. Now look for you in the next video.